Welcome to Learning with UNP. In this session of Business Intelligence with Power BI, we are going to explore how to use the first row as header option when importing the data. We will focus on knowing exactly what first row as header option does, why is it important, when to use it, and how to apply it effectively within Power BI. We have been working with the Maven Market customer CSV file until now, but today we will shift to the Maven Market region CSV file to see how Power BI handles headers when importing data. Now, when we talk about the first row as header option, what do we really mean? Well, to explain in simple terms, this option tells Power BI to treat the first row of your dataset as the column headers instead of regular data. This is especially useful when working with files like CSVs, where the first row typically contains titles like customer ID, customer account number, first name, last name, etc. But why does this matter? If Power BI does not recognize those headers correctly, you will have a hard time understanding and working with your data. Imagine trying to analyze information without knowing which column represents what. It would become a confusing mess. Next, let's take a look at when and where this feature becomes relevant. When you import a CSV file like the Maven Market Regions CSV that we are working with today, Power BI is usually smart enough to detect that the first row should be used as headers. In fact, it even takes things a step further by automatically identifying the data types, applying steps like promoted headers and change type behind the scenes. Let's see in action as we import the Maven Market Regions CSV file together. First, let's go to the Home tab, choose Text or CSV, and then choose Maven Market Regions CSV file. Click on Open, and we click on OK. Now, you will notice that the Power BI automatically promotes the first row as headers and applies data types to the columns. If you check the Apply Steps pane, you will see two important steps. One is promoted headers, which is responsible for treating the first row as headers, and change type, where Power BI assigns the correct data type to each column. Let's break down this a bit further. Clicking on promoted header step shows that the first row has been promoted to column titles, so each column now has a meaningful header like region ID, sales district, and sales region. Next, the change type step ensures that the Power BI automatically assigns appropriate data types. For example, region ID is assigned whole number data type, sales district is assigned text data type, and so on. But what if Power BI does not detect the headers automatically? This can happen with other data sources like Excel, SQL databases, etc., where the first row might mistakenly be treated as data. In such cases, you will need to manually promote the first row to headers. Now, let's go through this process manually with the Maven Market Regions dataset. First, remove the promoted header step and change the type step from the Applied Steps pane. Now, to manually promote the headers, go to the Transform tab and click on Use First Row as Headers. You will see that the first row is now correctly used as headers, which ensures your data is structured properly. And the data type is also automatically detected. Now, to wrap up things, Power BI generally handles the first row as header feature to CSV files automatically. But there are times, like with Excel or SQL, where you might need to step in and manually promote those headers. Understanding this feature is key to keeping your data well organized and ready for analysis. This is all about today's lecture. See you in the next lecture. Thank you.